whatever else, there needs to be a date tied to that. Whether that's 365 days from that audit, whether it's 30 days, or whether it's 60, 90 days, it does not matter. And that needs to be responded to the auditor in that aspect. And to the point where the auditor, he or she needs to identify, does this satisfy the finding? Because I mean, when you issue a finding, you have a point of validation where you submit, here's the things you wrote up, here's the thing we submit to relieve the finding, and is it clear, yes or no? If it's not, then it shows up on next year's finding. Next year's audit. So I think that's the first place to start, by identifying what those procedures are, when they can be done. And at that point, if those findings aren't clear, then the conversation should be easy. You have to get an outside party.
I would also like to suggest that, again, the need for internal controls and written policies exists whether or not we have a finding.
Sure, I agree with that 100%.
And so I don't want us to only focus on developing policies and procedures simply to address a finding. I want us to clearly, so part of the process of a corrective action is you need to put systems and procedures in place so it doesn't happen again, to prevent recurrence. And that's why I think establish policies and procedures. So I really want this city to have those internal control policies and procedures that we don't have, regardless of whether or not there's a finding. Which clearly we got to fix the finding. A finding, sometimes you may have an internal control policy and procedure, but it's not adequate enough to stop a material weakness or a significant deficiency from occurring. In that case, we have to look at that and figure out what can we do different to fix that. But I just think that we need policies and procedures for internal control and for managing our assets.
I agree with that, but I do think the internal controls outside of the financial data is going to be manual processes. I don't think you can automate within our city.
I'm not implying that you should.
Well, what I'm saying is we talked about automation a while ago. I think the only automated piece in this whole process is the financial data. If you can automate that, I think that's a win. But all these other internal controls that we're talking about, they're not going to be automated.
I don't think I ever said that.
No, what I'm saying, we talked about automation a while ago. The internal controls to that is those